Welcome to the Hour of Power with your gracious human vessel, your lovely host in this human vessel, Chad William Michael. Welcome to episode 75, aka episode 27. Happy Saturday, recording here at KWNK 97.7 Reno Radio. Gatekeeper Sir Thomas and the crew. I always wonder what's about to be said. I can't help it. They say curiosity killed the cat. I hope I have 9 more lives. Being human is pretty humbling. And it's easy to be angry. It's easy to be resentful to humanity as a whole. And I inquired this morning. I had a lot of time to rest, and even money-making opportunity has come my way this morning, and I just had to honor my body and my mind and just say, no, thank you. I need the rest. I need the rest. Today is a day of rest. Tomorrow is another day. But I had this recording scheduled today and theater tonight. So thanks for being a part of my day. Thanks for tuning in and listening. That means you're open to receive. And this is my gift to Reno and the world. I am my own director and producer. Well, some stories true. Writer and director. That's why I enjoy the radio. It's very vulnerable and there's no script. I continue to return to my breath. And I'm learning to love myself one breath at a time. It's truly a healing process. I feel broken at moments. I certainly give it my best every day, from the moment I wake up to the time I rest at night. And I wonder a few times throughout the day, if today were my last, how would I be? What would I do? How would I treat people? How would I treat myself? I have preferences. I have preferences to feel good. That's right, we're in September. Happy September, everybody. It's been a beautiful summer, warm. Body enjoys the heat. Stay hydrated, keep that balance. My ego and I and all the other parts of myself get all pumped up to share anger with you and share resentment and sarcasm with you. And when it comes down to it, I am reminded to just bring love and light to you. Truly, to bring the lighter aspect of the seriousness of life. It feels better to be lighter. It feels better to let things go, to pardon those that you feel that have hurt or harmed you, knowingly or unknowingly. I feel very ignorant at times in my enthusiasm to help others, and until I started asking, I wasn't available to hear any sort of wisdom or insight from anybody, and I might as well would have thrown them down into a bottomless pit. It angers the ego or the attachments to be told or shared wisdom, right? That's why they have taken care of a lot of wise men and women in the past and done heinous things to just rid them of their character, because they have brought so much light to the world. I feel as though I look around, most of humanity is driven by fear, greed, etc. And it's challenging not to join that crew. Oh, but Captain Hook gives his word. I return to my breath. I ask myself what would bring me the greatest joy. What is the world I desire to live? How does it look? How does it feel? Is it healthy? Is it happy? Is it harmonious with all my relationships? There's a quick gratification in resentment. There's a quick gratification in lashing out with anger and harsh words and cynicism. I find it very easy. However, to refrain, return to breath, and forgive and give love and kindness to the reflection of the source of anger within oneself. I feel this outer world is a mirror of my own mind, intellectually. It's been proven through experience as well, but there's that mind, body, spirit thing that's still getting to know one another. It's still remembering. I am remembering what it's like to be an infinite being in this finite body, this avatar, this host, this vessel, this beautiful being of light and love. This is Chad William Michael. Welcome to the Hour of Power. And the Hour of Power it's to inspire. It's not only to inspire my own success, but to gift the hope of inspiration to all of you. Honestly, I would have rather stayed horizontal for the rest of this day and just rested my body and mind. I feel a little beat up, which is cool. It's all part of the show. I love the smiles. I love seeing the smiles and the faces around me. I feel as though I can only share that if I have a smile within myself. I have to be courageous. I have to be bold, to be daring, to share my innermost thoughts with all of you. I feel that, and only that will hopefully wake something up within you to seek further happiness within one's own mind and body. It's definitely not in this outer world. I believe that through experience. Nothing outside of me truly gives me happiness. It caused joy to arise, and for that I'm grateful. However, I must be in order to attract. So if I'm noticing any sort of negativity, just to recognize it is powerful. And once I recognize, I can switch it. If I believe I'm 100% responsible for my life and the creation of my life, the co-creation, I can focus on the things desired: joy, peace, wealth, health, happiness, the more beautiful things and the lighter side of life. I feel life can be very serious if you allow it to be. Even in death, I have focused on giving grace to death. Yesterday, the snakes were fed at the Strand Temple. The ball pythons, they were decent sized rats, so drop them in and just wrap them up. The snake wraps it up this big and just squeezes it, kills the rat. And I was trying to experience and feel grace. All beings need to eat. I prefer plants. I'm definitely recovering Tyrannosaurus Rex. I definitely drool at the smell of blood in the air. Definitely a recovering caveman barbarian. I understand the violent nature. I understand the dark side of life. It's very innate as the primal beings that we are, that we were created. There's a lot of stories. I wasn't really there. I don't know if I was there for any of it. I don't at this moment, I don't know what lies beyond this flesh and body and the things I see around me. I sure as heck have a great imagination. And I look up at the stars and I wonder, but truly beyond reading some sort of text, I don't know quite much about anything. I know that my breath is my own. I can feel the sensations in my body. This is my body, or this is the vessel that I'm very attached to. Where's my consciousness lie? Is it behind my brain with a little person with joysticks moving me around? I wonder where this consciousness is, what I am truly, what brings life into this vessel, and then upon departure, again, it's all stories. I believe some people really know what's going on. Again, I keep it simple and I return to my breath. And I desire joy, peace, happiness. It's an interesting concept to fight for it. Fight for your right. Possibly take the other aspect or the other side of the coin and surrender to it. Surrender to love. And that's for your own journey, right? And that's for my own, to wonder what love is all about. Truly, what is unconditional love? Does, as a society and relationships, it seems like there's conditions, and we live in a very conditional society. If you do this, you will receive such and such. Or another aspect is, if I just really will it with my thoughts that travel faster than the speed of sound, then I follow my joy with no expectations from one thing to the next. I will be caught doing what I love to do, therefore invited into the highest of activities, the highest of conversations, relationships. I look around and I'm definitely caught up in it at times. Very aware. I'm very grateful for my awareness and my consciousness that has awakened. I felt like I awakened at 25. I was in my suit and tie and I just woke up. I woke up. I really felt this awakening within me to strive for a greater version of me. I've always looked dashingly handsome. Appearances is an aspect. Appearances are one thing. What about the other aspect of thought and action? And where is this? How am I being when I take my action? Am I doing it from a state of joy or a state of fear? Feeling I have to do something. I feel in a state of fear. You're opening up yourself to these unseen forces and negative vibrations to create a host for disease and disharmony of all sorts. But if I stay in a state of gratitude and joy, I feel as though I'm tuned with the higher vibrations of this life and beyond. I am definitely a movie guy. I love movies. I seek the inspiration. I feel a little crazy sometimes as an actor and a performing artist and wondering what the heck I'm doing. Feeling broke as all get out, and always have what I need when I need it, but very humbling path. And I feel along the journey I've seen a lot of disappointed faces regarding money, and due to the fact that we're a very money driven society, it really hasn't been the number one in my journey these last 7 years. It had been growing up in a poverty minded community and family, which we always lived in abundance. We always had when we needed it. However, it was this fear driven lack. So as a kid, I had a business card at 9, 10 years old, hustling, mowing lawns, doing all sorts of landscaping, returning bottles and cans. As a kid, I always had more dough than most of my friends and had a car, had everything going on. But it was sparked from my family, from my father, just saying, "You gotta work, man. You gotta work. You gotta work if you want those Nikes." And it's true. It's true. But what separates the man and the woman that works just as hard and one is wealthy and one is poor? I started to ask that in my early 20s while I was in college, just hating the higher education life, loathing it, doing what I could to get it done and just play. As I acquired more debt, took out more loans, borrowed on credit cards to travel, buy vehicle, gas, food, while I focused on just doing something I hated. And I wondered one day, if I can do something well that I hated, how good could I do at something I enjoyed? And I had forgotten, and I did not know for a while what I actually enjoyed. And I remember loving to ride my bike, and it started from there. And then the journey of liquidating, all of my assets that I worked so hard for, that were just so finite, and that saying, you can't take any of it with you when you pass. And if today were my last, I'm here right now with you, and I'm sharing to the best of my ability. And may I just be a vessel, a conduit of joy, even though I don't feel so joyful right now. May I be a spark of inspiration for joy. May I encourage you to drink more water and exercise. There's this saying, you need to bleed, sweat, or cry every day. There's this purging that happens. And I sweat almost every day. And the last couple of days, I've shed a few tears. It felt really good. Just to move, just inspired from within. Nothing truly caused it outside of me. I live a very, very, very privileged life. So there's nothing outside of me that. But at times I just feel so alone, even if you're surrounded by people. And this loneliness causes me to go within and sense or observe or ask the question, who and what's this void, and I'm sure a lot of people have the answers, and I've heard many people have the answer and try to preach it to you, and which is, it's its own thing, but hold your tongue, preacher. Hold your tongue. I don't care anymore. It's truly an individualized journey. The more individualized you get, sometimes the more away from the pack you get, and from the congregation or the fold. I grew up in such a loving church, and for quite some time, when are you coming back, brother? I'm like, there is no going back, I'm only moving forward. And I'm on my own journey, and I honor yours as much as possible, and I respect yours. They say, there's a saying I read, the wiser you get, the less you say, and I was contemplating radio and theater and all the other antics I do, and I quite, at deep down level, I see and I feel the silliness of all of this. It's kind of saddening to feel that. Even if it does bring joy to your heart, I feel it's only temporary. It's something we need to go within and seek silence to truly heal at the deep level. Anything else is medicine, right? I feel like the hour of power is medicine for the people. It's definitely my gift to society. Fake it till you make it. I definitely believe in prosperity consciousness and drawing wealth into my life. I truly desire wealth in my life, and I see it. I see it in the here and now for the future Chad William Michael. And this is my offering. This is my practice of getting better and better at being a gift to humanity and being a blessing and an inspiration. And I got a call this morning, offered some work with a professional moving company to move furniture and get paid out every day. And it's really beautiful, and definitely I love money, and I said, I'll call you back in a few minutes. And I really just needed the rest today, and I had an appointment with you today on the radio, and I feel as though this is what I'm supposed to be doing today, and do a little more physical therapy today. I love to stretch, and been putting a lot of miles on the bike and a lot of running and exercise, and moving furniture. Got to put on your ballet shoes. But it's been paying for my superfood, keeping my phone on so I can stay online with all of you beautiful folks. I love the portal of Instagram. I love sharing the story of my day. I'm interested in my day because the way I look at it is that I'm sharing with you the story of today so success is all relative. I believe there's certain aspects of my life that I'm very successful at. However, there are a lot of needs for improvement areas, and I desire to share that process with all of you and the world. They say there's no secrets, and I really believe that. I believe sooner or later, just no more filtering, no more, just allowing myself to be, knowing and coming from a good place, a full-hearted place. Like I said, you can choose light or dark, you can choose the anger, or you can choose the kindness or the forgiveness. And every time I'm choosing more and more for the last 7 years, I've been choosing to just pardon ignorance and pardon myself, pardon others, doing the best I can with what I have. And you just can't care anymore what people think about you. That's what it comes down to. I'm in this theatrical show right now, Animal, and just trying to bring as much love and light as I can to a serious issue. It's about a woman recovering from a mental disorder and illness, which is, I feel like, just plagues society as a whole. All of our life is a reflection of the inside of the mind. So it's all a gift to reveal wisdom and love to our own selves, whether it's a pimple on the skin or whatever it may be, a limp or a jammed finger. It's like, well, I can be angry about that, or I can say, boy, I just really love my fingers. I really love my toes. Knees, thanks for aching, because I actually still have you. Every time I see a handicap spot, I'm like, thank you for my working legs. Thank you for my body. Thank you for my sound mind. Even though when I feel insane sometimes, just that awareness of observation is good enough to know that, okay, I feeling imbalanced. How may I return to order and balance within my own mind? I think it's an attachment and a habitual activity to try and control the outer world, people, places, and things to beckon to our will. And once you fight this fight long enough, you realize that it's a winless battle. You cannot manipulate the outer world in order to. It's only short term. You can grab short term success. I love the analogy of robbing a bank. If you're successful in robbing the bank, you will have short term wealth. And then you got to rob again, rob again. There's no consistent, and there's ease. I'm going for the ease and harmony of life now. So little by little, I'm studying acting, entertainment as a worldly professional career. And while I do that, I have to stay hopeful and ruthlessly optimistic and grateful while I still am a product of this slave society, trading your time for limited amounts of minimum wage. One must get tired enough in order to have enough. Bear with me. You must experience enough anger that you truly want light and love and surplus in your life. Some consciousness aren't available for that, and they will suffer in this life. And again and again and again, I believe I've lived countless lifetimes, and I may live countless more. I hope I get it together, right? And transcend. I'm not too sure how that all works out. I'll let you know when I figure it out. Again, I return to my breath. I feel my heart, my belly. It's all energy. It's all a reflection of other things. We are mind, body, spirit, I believe. Again, this is just, I didn't make it up. No. Doing the best I can to just practice what the most successful people on the planet do and just make it my own, right? Adapt it to my own beingness. I'm on my own treasure hunt of sorts. The gift is you. You're the gift. You're the gift. You're the gift to humanity. You're the gift to your coworkers. You're the gift to your family and friends. You exist. Believe it or not, that's enough. Now to tune in with the highest caliber of livelihood, a deservingness of health and happiness. It's for me, it's for you to explore why that's important to you. I feel we're very addicted to anger and poverty and lack and war and violence. Short-term gratification, I get it. I feel like maybe I've been a dictator in a past life, and certainly has I still experience a lot of violence in my mind, especially when people aren't doing what I want them to do, or out in the world. It's like, wow, you kind of get these heinous acts that have repeated themselves throughout history, whatever side you're on, and you're just cheering for war, because you feel like you're the good guy. I find it very silly, just as much as I find this to be just I hope it's a personal reflection, but sometimes I feel entertainment can be a distraction, and my hope is to just be a reflection of your own self, and to remind you to go within. Meditation, awareness, I believe, is the key to success. It's the key to true healing. We can get all these medicines, go to the doctor, see all these therapists, and I feel like it's only a band-aid. At the end of the day, you got to be alone, and it's only you that will go into the next life. So either you can give death grace, or you can fight it all you want and distract yourself all you want. And I have seen people have very uncomfortable deaths due to the fact they couldn't die while they were alive. It's this attachment to this little self, it's a big self, it's a beautiful self, and it's to be honored, and it's quite a privilege to be a human being. But there's so much attachment in my things, and this and that, and that's mine, and this is mine. It's like, whoa. Anytime I hear it, it's like you just know where that person's at, and I'm doing my very best to just allow. Judging is no longer in my job description. I'm truly recovering from that. It's not an easy one to do, because I feel the thoughts I sow will return to me. And do I want anyone judging me? No, not at all. I just want to be, and I want to exist, and I want to exist in a pure state of joy and happiness as a big kid in this beautiful suit, just playing and thriving, getting paid millions of dollars just to play and have fun. Why do I want all that money? It's a lofty number, I guess. It sounds fun. Millions sound fun. Truly, all I want is I desire, and I have to be grateful for the surplus in my life, meaning cabinets full of superfood, a nice, healthy bank account so I can travel and just see different places on planet Earth. I love planet Earth. I love Reno. I really don't need to go anywhere. I adventure out in nature almost every day of the week. I get up into the mountains. I go for a nice little run. I go for a hike. I bike ride everywhere. I'm very thrilled in this Reno adventure. It's a very beautiful adventure. I feel like I have a nice balance of work, play, I get to see my family. I have my cousins out here. We still see each other every few weeks. We get together, make a pizza, and giggle like little kids. And, I have a lovely goddess in my life. I have known a few fairy goddesses along the way, and how magical you are, but this one is a fairy goddess pirate. Very inspiring for me. She's definitely my muse. And there's a saying, let the girls go and focus on one woman. She'll help just align you just by the thought of her, right? The thought of inspiration and being a great alpha male, right? No matter what kind of suit you have, short, small, fat, skinny, uh, all shapes, sizes, colors, and belief system. You can be an alpha in your own right, whether you're female or male. And I just always desire to be the best version of me. And she's my super friend. She aspires me to greater and more balanced action. She is a great athlete in her own right. She's out on a 10-day canoeing trip through Canada near the Great Lakes with a group of people. It's pretty ferocious, I think. Very admirable. And it's interesting how we all inspire each other in some sort of way. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. And when things don't seem to be going my way, I observe that and flip it and wonder what it would be like if it was. How do I want it to be? Do I even know? How do I want to feel? Do I even know? What is my future? If I could do anything, how would it look? A year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? I've made it to 140. I feel I have practiced that in my imagination so many times. I believe it. I believe I can experience 140 years in this embodiment as Chad William Michael. It's about the marathon now. It's about harmony and peace, longevity, not caring what people think, because you're doing the best you can. When you harm someone mentally, or they say you did them wrong, it's never intended, I don't think. It's just out of old habit patterns of self-preservation and acting out of fear. One may steal, rob, lie. These things are very habitual. They need to be broken. And the only way that I've learned how to break them, and I'm getting better, still needs improvement, is meditation. It's not the books I read or the beings I pray to or the God I pray to. It's about meditation. It's about awareness of one's own thoughts and getting to the root of the issue. And that's for you to explore yoga. And the more you think, the more you torture yourself. It's the same if you're sitting still. So yoga is a moving meditation. So breath sensation heals at the subconscious level, and it's taught in many other meditation practices. Breath sensation. Breath is sharpening your mind. Sensations scientifically are linked to stories in the subconscious. I hope I said that right. Again, sensations scientifically are linked to stories in the subconscious mind. So whether it's disease, poverty, anything you want to change, one must close their eyes and go within. Use your breath to focus and sharpen your mind, and then just observe sensations, and many, many things will come up to be dealt with. And wow, that no longer serves me. I'm just going to observe you. So where the attention goes, the energy flows. So say there's a characteristic. We'll give an example of myself. So I desire in my perfect world to wake up every morning feeling grateful, good, kind, compassionate to whoever's around me, whether they're animals, people, places, things. and I still experience anger for some reason when I wake up, resentment. It's like, whoa, okay, observe it, return to the breath, reset, observe this resentment, and just observe it. Because if I'm rolling in why I'm resentful, why I'm angry, who did me wrong, it's only going to continue to fuel that fire and make that fire bigger, and those experiences more rampant in our lives, in mine. And I've experienced this firsthand with awareness. So I observe it and I go, okay, thank you for that awareness. Now, thank you for the peace and harmony in my life. Thank you for grace. Thank you for mercy. Thank you for wealth. Thank you for happiness in my life today. Thank you for success. Thank you for pleasant surprises. Gratitude. Gratitude raises any vibration of seeming disorder. And that's an easier one for me to do. It may take time. It does take time. And ruthless optimism to be grateful even when things truly all around you are not going well, or your body hurts, or many things. To reach for even the smallest of things you're grateful for or thing takes a lot of courage to do so, to believe it will change things. And then it only comes with practice. And honestly, it only comes with practicing enough anger and negativity and darkness to go, okay, I've given that my all. Now let's try something else. Let's try the lighter side of life. Let's try what the masters and the sages and all the great examples of life, let's try their example, because I feel like that's sometimes shoved down our throats, whatever background you come from. It's like, oh, enough, because we see the short-term grace that some things may bring to you. I'm going again for the marathon, right? The song comes to mind, or saying something like, I'm not here for a long time, but I'm here for a good time. It's all relative. 140 years is a short time in relation to many eternities that we have possibly lived, in many earth cycles. It's powerful. So to live every moment as if it was my last, just truly present and grateful, is a practice. It's my practice. It's the one I have chosen. That is my path. There's only plan A, and it is to truly be as authentic as I possibly can and be my own master. Not something that's a figment of my imagination to be my master, not some imaginary character that's going to be my master, not some textbook character to be my master, and not this personality to be my master. This is a personal journey, and for me, I believe there is mind, body, and spirit. Mind and body, spirit. So spirit, is it an overall spirit or is it an individualized spirit? I don't know yet. However, I feel as though I've been able to tune in with this higher self, this spirit, to guide my steps, and it's my feeling, and it's about feeling from the power center, heart, throat, and through the top and inside my brain. It's a feeling, it's a guidance system that it takes practice and observation to understand this internal compass. And there's only two choices. I believe the spirit and this higher self come from a place of pure love, pure divine love. And there is a definite difference of that versus from this power, a misguided power, sacral animal energy, and coming from this root barbaric area, in our legs, etherically represented. Right? Am I acting from a heart space, or am I acting from a lower base? And it's either fear or love. And then I make my decisions based on that. I love work, meaning work comes in many forms. Working on a handstand can be work. Whatever it may be. And to believe I deserve to thrive as a human being, that I believe I deserve joy in my life and healthy relationships. What belief systems within me need to change in order to experience these positive experiences in this life, here and now, today, not tomorrow. It's got to be practiced today with feeling, with emotion, with imagination, but also returning to the reality as it is and making bold steps or non-movement and being present with what is and yourself through meditation and awareness and consciousness. Everything plays a role. I love the things of this world. I love it. You know, I look around, it's beautiful, and I can see the attachments that I have, but also know how frivolous, that may be the proper word, it all is. And the pursuit of money and things is number two. That's second. You know, number one is an overall well-being of mind. Hey, Dad, welcome to the club. Raw, live, uncut, and just speak from the heart and their mind, and with the base foundation of inspiring success in all beings. So, my father, I love you, Dad. It's good to have you on the show. Welcome to the Hour of Power, episode 27 at the KWNK 97.7 Reno Community Radio Station. Let's see where we're at on time. 42 minutes. And I got another 8 minutes with the people and you as of right now. I am grateful to have an amazing family, my mom and dad, and 4 younger siblings in Syracuse, New York, and a few dogs. Franklin's one of my favorites. He's a golden doodle, big guy. We'd eat, sleep, and meditate together and play. No one has played more unconditionally with me than Franklin. That's why he's my favorite. I hope you could take it as a joke. I'm allowing the violence to go more and more. Violence solves things very quickly, as we all know. But to forgive and lay down our arms and not resort to violence takes, I feel, a lot of wisdom and thought. see where that unfolds. I love all of you the best I know how. Thank you for tuning into the Hour of Power episode 27. What an absolute privilege of free speech. I know many stories have brought me to this place, and gratitude would sum it up for all those that have opened this portal, even if it's the LG phone, the Instagram, and all the other people, places, and things throughout history, all the laws and governing and thought processes. I know I'm ignorant of many of it, and I just want to pursue joy and happiness and respect to all beings. So I'll leave you